guide you through some light flows, a little bit of twisting, and a little bit of stretching today. Just make sure, as usual, that you don't have stuff right next to you or too close to you in any direction so that you can move around without worrying about hitting yourself or hurting yourself. If you'd like to have any music during this, turn that on your own time right now. I won't have any. And if you use a block, usually you might want to grab onto that because we might be using that, but I will not have one. So that's kind of on you to make those modifications where you need to, and that's it. We're going to start seated, so make sure you have your mat all rolled out and ready. Again, get into a comfortable seated posture. You can just rest your hands down in your lap or your hands down over your knees, either way, and just start by closing your eyes. This is a really good way to start your class, to start your day, anytime. Anytime that you're feeling a little bit stressed, a little bit anxious, a little bit worried, any other unpleasant emotions. Just coming to this moment of stillness, of rest, of peace in your body. Maybe even bringing your hand, one hand to your heart and one hand to your lower belly, or both hands to your lower belly. Just noticing your breathing here, noticing how fast or how slow your breath is. Just continue to breathe on your own time, at your own pace here. Start to notice how your body is responding to your breath naturally. Feeling the rise and fall of your shoulders, maybe a slight head movement, an opening and closing in the chest space and the lower belly, maybe even expanding in the side body and the back space. Noticing yourself sit a little bit taller. Feeling the tailbone rooted down. Top of the head is reaching up towards the sky. You have a nice long spine here. You could be sitting up against a wall. Wherever your hands are, just drop them down onto your knees. Allow the shoulders to rest down the back. Drop the chin to the chest. Deep breath in and out. Inhaling, gaze goes up. Deep breath in and out. One more time. Gaze goes down, deep breath in and out. Lift the gaze again. Deep breath in and out. Head stacks back on top of the spine, closing the eyes. We're going to take 3 breaths here together. Inhaling, deep breath in. You're going to hold the top of that breath for 3, 2, and on 1, exhaling, opening the mouth. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhaling, deep breath in, fill the lower belly space. Feel that chest rise, lift. Hold that breath, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling slowly through the mouth. Again, deep breath in. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and exhaling out. Awesome. Start to slowly bring it back to your fingers, back to the wrists. Just take some time. Whatever movement feels good. Just noticing where there might be a little bit of a snap, crackle, pop in the wrists, the fingers, joints that we maybe aren't using all the time on the daily. Maybe bring that movement a little bit into your elbows. Make this as natural as possible. It might feel weird at first, but just kind of let that movement go through the arms to the shoulder. Don't think about what it looks like. Just think about how it feels and making sure you're getting all corners. Awesome. Shake everything out. Shake out the hands, shake out the arms. And inhale the arms up. Feel that energy through the arms, through the fingertips, exhaling hands to heart center. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling the hands, we're going to come down to the hips. We're going to start to bring a little bit of movement into our rib cage. We're going to isolate our rib cage from our hips. You're going to bring the rib cage forward. Try to keep those hips grounded down. And then bring the rib cage back. So hollowing in the belly space here. Pushing the belly and the chest out. Exhaling, rounding in the upper back. We're going to do that 2 more times. Last one. Inhaling to go forward. Exhaling to come back. We're going to do the same thing side to side. So imagining that your rib cage is moving over this plane as it moves side to side. Really using your hands on your hips to keep your hips grounded down into the floor. Really good work. Keep going. Keep breathing as you're doing this. We're going to add on one more thing here. Take another one side to side. Really try to imagine your rib cage is just kind of moving like this over a surface. And then we're going to take that into a circle. So you're going to go forward, side, back, side. Kind of odd, but it should just be a mobilization of the rib cage and of the chest. You're really trying to keep that separate from your hips. So you're trying to open up along the back and along the side spaces, especially because we'll be doing some twists here. So you want to really create more space. And then take those circles to the other way. This can really give you some information about how tight you are through your back space, through the front space, and how much proprioception and body-mind connection you have, that you can tell your body to move like this and to isolate your rib cage from your hips. Awesome. Come back to that tall spine. Inhale the arms up. We're going to start with a twist over to the right side. Right hand back behind you, left hand over the right leg. Really dropping both shoulders down here as you inhale, feeling the spine grow taller. As you exhale, deepening your twist. Awesome. Slowly untwist that. We're going to bring the legs out in front of us, shake out the legs. We haven't done a lot with them yet. So we're going to cross the right foot underneath the left. If you can't quite do this, you can straighten that right leg out. Oh, sorry. You know what? We're going to switch, sorry. The left leg under the right. So we're going to keep twisting in the same direction. Same thing again. If you can't do that completely, straighten that left leg. You want to make sure that both sits bones are on the floor. So that'll look like this. Same thing, we're going to take a twist over to the right. This time that left hand, that left elbow is going to come against the right knee. And use that to push even more to open up that side. Deep breaths in and out. Then slowly untwist. Come back to your regular seated position. Maybe switch the legs, depending on which leg you head forward first. Same thing, inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, twisting over to the left. Left hand behind you, right hand against the knee. Again, you want to find that tall spine. Make sure that you're not pressing your rib cage out to the front, but that you're trying to find a nice, smooth back space and front space. Every inhale allows you to grow taller. Every exhale allows you to twist. Maybe noticing which side is a little bit more flexible. You're not going to be exactly the same on both sides, so just being aware of that and just noticing it. Continuing to deepen that twist. And then slowly releasing back to center. Right leg is going to go under the left, or again, the same thing as last side. Right leg out in front of you, left leg over. Right elbow against that left knee, really pressing and deepening that twist. Same thing, you want to shoot for a long straight spine. You should feel a little bit of a stretch in your glutes here as well. Take 3 more deep breaths in and out. And on that exhale, releasing back to center. Straighten the legs out in front of you. Just shake them back and forth. Really good work. We're going to go into our tabletop now. So like we did in the last class that I taught, we're going to start with just some circular kind of motions through our hips into our wrists. So you're going to rock forward and rock back. Make sure that the fingers are spread out wide, placed down on the mat. You might want to take some side to side or some circles over the wrists. So you're slowly starting to bring a little bit of weight into the wrists, because we're going to do some side flanks, some work that requires us to be on our hands with a lot of weight on our hands. And then if you want to get a little fancy here, you can turn the palms over so that your palms are facing up. For this one, just take a light, gentle rock forward and back. You don't want to push anything here. Just opening the other side of the wrist. You can take a little bit of side to side, but again, be really, really gentle here. If anything hurts at all, go back to what you were doing. Make sure wherever you are, you're breathing. And then if you had your hands flipped, unflip them. Again, we're going to take that circular motion. Forward and back. So we're kind of working into the hips as well here, starting to open everything up. Come back to tabletop. Knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. Moving through cat and cow, inhaling to look up. Exhaling to round the back. Inhaling, opening up the front body space, pulling the chest forward. Exhaling to round the back. Chin comes into the chest. Inhaling up. One more time, exhaling, rounding the back. I'm just going to take a few of those. And then we'll take that side to side. Look back at your left hip, move the left hip up towards you, and straighten out. Same thing on the right. Straighten back out. The left. Straight, right, straight. One more time each side. And right. Awesome. Left hand is going to come into the center. Move the knees in slightly closer. Inhale the right arm up. Exhaling, right arm threads under the left, just barely placing down on the floor, and then pressing back up, opening back up, right arm to the ceiling. Exhaling, thread the right underneath the left. Inhaling the right arm up last time. Hold it there for just another moment. Exhaling, right arm under the left. Deepening this twist. Right hand either walks forward in front of you on the mat or back behind you. Really keep thinking about opening that left shoulder out. So you want to make sure that this isn't completely passive, even though this is a stretch for the back of that right shoulder. You're also trying to open up towards the left. And then slowly releasing that left hand back down. Opening that right hand back up. Exhaling the right hand down. Other side. Left arm reaches up. Same thing. Thread under the right arm. Inhaling the left arm up. Exhaling under the right arm. One more time. Open up even bigger. Exhaling. Again, right arm walks forward or back behind you. Opening up that right shoulder as much as you can. And then slowly releasing that hand down. Inhaling the left arm up. Exhaling, hand down. We're going to walk our hands out into our first plank. Just taking a rock forward and back. Use that lower belly to pull you back. Feel that length down the spine from the top of the head down to the tailbone. And then we're going to rock forward, lower all the way down, chaturanga, elbows in close to the body, untuck the toes. Inhaling up, hands pressed down gently. Exhaling back down. Tuck the toes under. Come back up either onto your knees, like this, kind of a Debbie push-up, or a full push-up. Knees lift, pushing up, press back. First downward dog of the morning or of the day, whenever you're practicing. Take 3 breaths here. Take any motion that your body might need, depending on how stiff you are, depending on what time of the day this is. I always like to pedal out my feet. And then come back to stillness wherever you are. We're going to walk the hands in close to each other. And walk the feet just slightly farther apart. Left hand is going to press down. Press your weight back towards your legs. Reach your right arm underneath you towards the left ankle. Just another twist here. If you can't quite reach that ankle and you're like here, just reach out with that hand toward that leg. You want to make sure also that your back is straight and you're not shifting your hips. So you want a flat plane here, and you want just that twist in the upper body. And then slowly releasing. Walk the hands back out, normal downward facing dog. Walk the feet back in slightly so they're under the hips. Lift the heels up, roll the body forward, high plank. Lower down chaturanga, all the way down. Untuck the toes, inhale up. Feel those shoulders drop down. Exhaling back down. Back up onto the knees, or lift the knees, full push up, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. Walk the hands in together. The right hand is placed down on the mat. Left arm reaches back towards the leg. Deep breath in and out. Make sure you're still breathing here. And then slowly releasing that arm forward. Walking the hands back out. Lifting up the heels. Body comes forward. High plank, lower down, all the way. Inhaling up. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. Alright, continuing through our flow. Look forward, walk the feet up to the hands. Shake the head out. We're going to take some more somewhat semi-twists, I guess you could say. Bend the right knee. Bend the left knee. Bend the right knee. Bend the left knee. Bend the right knee again. Right fingertips are right hand on the floor. Left arm reaches up. Again, you really want your hips to be as flat as possible. It's not going to be perfect, but you really don't want this kind of opening, but you want it more through this chest space, through the upper body. Lower that arm down. Bend the left knee. Bend the right knee. Bend the left. Bend the right. Bend the left again. Left fingertips are hand down. Right arm reaches up. Exhaling, that arm comes back down. Bend both knees. Roll up to standing slowly. Inhale the arms up. Exhaling, hands to our center. Nice work. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, take a halfway lift. Long back here. Exhaling back down. Step the right foot back. Drop the knee. Inhaling the arms up. Keep that left heel grounded down. Exhaling, hands come back down. Come, lift that right leg. Step the left foot back. Lower down through your chaturanga all the way down. And tuck the toes, inhaling up. heel the upper body off the floor, back down, pressing back up either onto the knees or through a full plank, downward dog. One breath. Looking forward, right foot steps between the hands, drop the left knee, inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, hands come back down, step the left foot forward, drop the head. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, back down. Bending the knees, rolling up to standing. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, hands to our center. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. Drop the head down, shake out the head. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, back down. This time, step the left foot back as far as you can. Drop that knee. Inhaling, reach the arms up. Right heel is grounded. Lower belly's lifted, both hips facing forward. Exhaling, hands come back down. Lift the left knee, step the right foot back. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhaling, back down. Back up through plank or a modified plank on your knees. One breath here. Looking forward, left foot steps between the hands. Drop the right knee. Inhaling the arms. Again, both hips facing forward, really pressing that right hip forward. Exhaling, the hands come back down. Step the right foot forward. Drop the head. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, back down. Bend the knees, roll up to standing. Inhaling, the arms up. Exhaling, hands to our center. Bring the feet in together. We're going to add a chair pose into our flow, into our sun salutation. Inhaling, the arms up. Exhaling, sit back into chair pose. Drop the shoulders down. Sit down a little bit lower. Bring the hands in heart center. Find a spot to focus on here. Weight back in the heels. Make sure that the knees are touching if the toes are touching. If the toes are not touching, the knees are also not touching. So your feet and your knees are lined up. Deep breath in and out here. Exhaling, forward fold, straighten the legs. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, back down. This time, jump or step both feet back. Lower down, all the way. Inhaling up. Exhaling, back down. Coming up either onto the knees or through full plank. Back to downward facing dog. One breath here. Looking forward, jumping or stepping the feet forward, walking the feet forward. Again, bring your feet together. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, back down. Inhaling, coming up to chair. Reaching those arms up. Hands come to heart center. Again, finding a spot to focus on. Make sure you can lift your toes here and the weight is back in your heels. You want just a slight rounding in your back, but you don't want to be tucking your tailbone like that. So you still want to have that natural curve in your spine here. The lower belly should be lifted and working. Deep breath in and out. One more inhale. Exhaling. As you inhale, standing up straight, reaching the arms up. Exhaling, hands to our center. Inhaling, reaching the arms up. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, back down. Again, stepping both feet back. Finding your plank. We're going to walk the right hand in towards the center, and then you're going to rotate the body so you're on the outside edge of the right foot. Left arm reaches up. Different kind of twist here. If you need a modified side plank, drop that right knee down, to the floor. This might even be easier for you if you want to look up at that left hand, or you can have your gaze forward or down at that arm. So for this next motion, make sure you're in a somewhat comfortable and steady stance here. We're going to rotate and drop our left arm underneath our right, and then lift it back up. It's really good oblique work here. Lift it back up. 2 more. Actually, let's do 3 more. That's 3. Here's 4. And here's 5. Awesome. Drop that left hand down. Back to a regular plank. Weight forward. Lower down. Chaturanga, inhaling up. Exhaling, back down. Back up through plank on the knees or full plank. Deep breath in and out. Bring the body forward into that high plank again. Other side. Left hand comes into the center. Rock onto the outside of the left foot. Right arm reaches up. Again, same thing if you need to modify. Just the left knee down onto the floor. Make sure that your wrist is lined up underneath your shoulder here. Remembering how we warmed up our wrists earlier in class. Same thing. Tucking underneath the left arm, reaching the right arm up. 2, 3, 4, and last one, 5. Extend that arm up, drop the right hand down, walk the left hand back out, plank, rock over the hands, lower down. Inhaling up, exhaling back down, coming back up, downward facing dog. Dropping the knees down to the mat, and sitting up onto the heels. So that's the first half of our class, of our twists class. If you would like to do the second part of the class, that'll be coming in a separate video. This is the first half of it. If you prefer just to do this half, that's awesome. You can do the second half as well right after this one, or you can do it at a later time. This is just a really good way to warm up. If you want to do the other class, but you want to limit your time in that, or shorten the time, then you can do just the beginning warm-up. Make sure that your wrists are really warm. Make sure that you've done a little bit of movement in your arms, a few sun salutations, and then you can move into the next class. Thanks so much for joining me in this first part of our twisting series classes, just 2, I guess. Again, my name is Karolina. Thank you so much for joining me in this yoga class today. Namaste.